My beloved soul, every tear you've shed has been collected with care and love. I know about the nights your pillow witnessed your silent brokenness, and the mornings you put on a strong front with a heart that felt shattered. You've looked at the ashes of what was, the ruins of broken dreams, the scars from battles that left you drained, and perhaps you wondered if your story would end there, amidst the remnants of a time that's gone. You learned to survive, to walk through a gray landscape, forgetting the beauty of colors, the joy of song. The enemy of your soul whispered in your ear that your end was desolation, that your wounds would define you forever. But today, I've come personally to expose that lie with the most powerful truth. What I'm about to tell you can change your life, because it's not just about a simple healing or a mere fix. What I've decreed for your life is far more radical, far more glorious. You won't just be patched up, you will be remade. You won't just heal from your troubles, you will be reborn from them, like the legendary phoenix, rising from its own ashes, not just restored, but stronger, more beautiful, and more radiant than before. Your ashes aren't your tomb, they are your nest of rebirth. The fire that tried to consume you will be the power that propels you to flights you never dreamed of. What you thought was the end is, in reality, the starting point for your most authentic and powerful self. Before we go on, write this statement of faith in the comments. God transforms my life and always guides me. By doing this, you're fanning the first ember of this rebirth. You're declaring that you accept my power to turn your ashes into beauty. Now, let's continue. I invite you to stop looking at what was lost and start feeling the warmth of a new life pulsing beneath the rubble. A life that doesn't erase your past, but redeems it, giving every scar a glorious purpose. My precious soul, for this rebirth to happen, you need to understand the sacred purpose of the fire you went through. You saw it as a tragedy, an injustice, maybe even a punishment. But in my grand plan, nothing is wasted, especially fire. The fire I allowed in your life wasn't to destroy you, but to purify you. Think of gold. To become pure, brilliant, and valuable, it must be subjected to intense heat. The fire burns away the dross, the impurities, everything that isn't gold. Your affliction was my furnace. In it, I burned away the pride that kept you from depending on me. I burned away the fears that paralyzed you. I burned away attachments to people and things that weren't part of your destiny. The process was intense, I know, but what emerged from this fire is gold of inestimable purity, a humble heart, resilient faith, a spirit that longs only for my presence. The fire also served to show what was truly unshakable in your life. Everything that could be burned was superficial friendships, plans based on your own strength, your security in earthly things. The fire proved what was straw and what was rock. And now you stand on the only foundation that can never be shaken, me. Your trust in me, forged in the heat of trial, is now your greatest treasure. You no longer believe in me because things are going well. You believe in me because I am good, regardless of circumstances. And that faith, my child, is the kind of faith that moves mountains and brings joy to my heart. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments, I trust in the Lord. By doing this, you are declaring that you trust the master goldsmith, even when the furnace's heat was intense. It is your acceptance of the process that has brought you this far. If this message has touched your heart and you wish to support this mission, click Super Thanks and help spread words of light, encouragement, and inspiration to many lives. Moving on, don't lament the fire. Honor it. It was the instrument of your transformation. It set you apart from the ordinary for the extraordinary. The ashes you see aren't a sign of loss, but proof that purification has occurred. And it's upon these purified ashes that I am about to breathe my life and create something the world has never seen. My blessed soul, the first act of your rebirth is the creation of a new heart. The heart you had before the trial was good, but it was vulnerable. It was wounded, patched up, and perhaps built walls to protect itself from future hurts. It loved, but with a certain caution. It trusted, but with a small reservation. Life taught it to be that way. But a heart that lives in protection mode cannot experience the fullness of the abundant life I have for you. That's why, as you rest in the ashes of your purification, I am performing a spiritual transplant. I am, with my own hand, removing your tired and wounded heart and giving you a new one, a heart of flesh, sensitive to my voice, but at the same time, a lioness's heart, strong and courageous. This new heart won't bear the scars of bitterness. It will, however, hold the memory of pain, but this memory will no longer produce fear. It will produce compassion. The areas that were once your greatest weaknesses will become your greatest sources of strength. Where you were betrayed, this new heart will empower you to love with supernatural grace and forgiveness. Where you were abandoned, this new heart will fill you with my love so completely that you will become a source of security for others. This new heart will have an expanded capacity for joy. It won't seek happiness only in great victories, but will find it in the small, everyday wonders. It will be a grateful heart, and gratitude will be your shield against discouragement. I, your God, am sending you a special sign. The sign you've been waiting for is in this verse, Ezekiel 36:26, which says, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. This isn't a metaphor. It's the description of the surgery I am performing on you right now. Write in the comments, I received this message and am blessed, and send love and protection to the person you love, declaring that God is also renewing their heart. If this message touched your heart, show your support with a super thanks and help spread this message of light. Before we go on, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now. By subscribing, you stay connected to the new life I am releasing. Now let's continue. You don't need to do anything to receive this heart. It is a gift of my grace. Your only part is to accept it. It's about stopping trying to protect your old wounds and allowing me to replace them with a new, vibrant organ. With this new heart, you won't just live. You will pulse with my very own life. My beloved soul, with a new heart beating in your chest. The second act of your rebirth is the renewal of your mind. Your mind, like land plowed for years with the same thoughts, has created deep furrows. Furrows of worry, self-criticism, the repetition of painful past scenes. Even with a new heart, if your mind continues to follow old paths, your new life will struggle to flourish. That's why I am sending the rain of my spirit to soak the ground of your mind, to soften the old furrows, and to prepare the soil for new planting. I am rewriting your thought patterns. Where there was the thought, I'm not capable, I am planting the truth that I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. Where there was the deep groove of fear about the future, I am planting the seed of trust in my provision. Where there was the path of bitterness, I am opening a new way of grace and forgiveness. This process of mental renewal isn't about forgetting your past, but about seeing it in a new light. Think of kintsugi, the art of repairing broken pottery with gold. The cracks aren't hidden, they're celebrated. They become the most beautiful part of the piece. I am applying the gold of my redemption over your broken memories. The memory of that failure will no longer bring you shame, but deep gratitude for my grace that covered it. The memory of that loss will no longer bring emptiness, but tender compassion for those who also suffer. Your mind is being transformed from a museum of pain into an art gallery of my redeeming grace. For this work to be complete, your conscious forgiveness is essential. Forgiveness is your cooperation with my reign. It's you deciding, with your will, to abandon old mental patterns. In the comments, list people, including yourself, you'd like to forgive. Visualize each one. Send them love and say, I forgive you and set you free. May peace be with you. Feel the lightness and freedom forgiveness brings. Repeat this practice daily to strengthen your inner peace and release anxiety. By doing this, you are consciously breaking old patterns. You are saying no to dwelling on hurt and yes to the freedom of grace. Each time an old thought tries to resurface, you won't need to fight it. You'll simply observe it, smile, and say, you no longer belong in this new garden. And gently you'll shift your attention back to the new and beautiful plants of truth, hope, and love that I am growing in you. My precious soul, with a new heart and a renewed mind, your rebirth will show itself through a new voice. The voice you used in earlier times was often the voice of survival, a voice that complained, grumbled, questioned, spoke of your limitations and fears. It was the voice of someone stuck in the ashes. But the phoenix that rises doesn't chirp. It sings a song of victory that echoes through the heavens. Today, I'm anointing your mouth for a new language. Your voice will no longer be an instrument describing your problems, but a weapon declaring my promises. You will learn to speak not about what you see, but about what I have said. Where there is scarcity in your life, your new voice won't say, "We don't have enough," but rather, "My God will supply all my needs according to his riches in glory." Where there is sickness, your new voice won't lament, "I'm so sick," but will declare, "By his wounds, I am healed." Where there is family conflict, your new voice won't gossip about the problem, but will prophesy the solution. The peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, reigns in my home and relationships. This isn't a denial of reality. It's the imposition of a higher reality over the natural one. It's you, as my child, exercising the authority I gave you to call into being things that are not as though they already were. Your words, full of faith and aligned with my word, are spiritual seeds. They have the power to create the future they describe. The enemy of your soul fears your new voice more than anything else because it dismantles his kingdom of lies and fear. Your new voice will also be one of blessing. You will become a blesser. You will bless your day when you wake up. You will bless your children and grandchildren, releasing words of destiny and purpose over them. You will bless your work, your home, your food. You will change the atmosphere around you, from one of criticism and negativity to one of grace and encouragement. People will feel lighter, more hopeful, simply by being near you, because your voice will carry the sound of heaven. Your voice, which may have been silenced by affliction, is being restored, and it will be heard, and it will change worlds. My blessed soul, what is the ultimate purpose of your rebirth? Why did I lift you from the ashes with such power and glory? It's not just so you can live a happy, comfortable life. Your rebirth has a missionary purpose. You were saved to save. You were healed to heal. You were raised up to raise others. Your story of rebirth is your most important credential. Your scars, now gilded with my redemption, are your authority. You become a walking testimony, irrefutable proof that I am the God of resurrection. And I will send you to the cemeteries of this world, to places where people have given up, where dreams have died, where hope has been buried. And you won't need to preach a long sermon. Your very life will be the message. People will look at you, knowing where you came from, knowing what you went through, and they will see your joy, your peace, your strength. And they will ask, "How? How did you do it?" And then you will have the honor of telling your story, not the story of your pain, but the story of my faithfulness amidst your pain. You will share how I found you in the ashes and made you soar, and your story will ignite a spark of hope in their hearts. Your experience has given you a language that only those who have been through the fire can understand. You will be able to weep with those who weep and rejoice with those who rejoice, with an authenticity no theory can teach. Share this video with 2 loved ones who need this message of hope and faith. Let's build a chain of love and mutual support together. Leave a comment with a prayer of faith and hope. A simple "Lord, may my life be a sign of your resurrection to the world," activates this purpose in your heart. Your rebirth doesn't make you superior to others. It makes you their servant. Your greatest honor in this new life will be to bend down, reach out to someone still in the ashes and say, "I know what it's like, but I also know the way out. Let me introduce you to the God who brought me back to life. This is your calling. This is why you survived. Your pain wasn't in vain. It was your preparation to become a rescuer of souls. My precious soul, how do you live this new, reborn life? How do you keep the phoenix's wings open, ready to fly? Your new life is lived from a place of gratitude and worship. Gratitude is what keeps you grounded, always recalling where I lifted you from. Never forget the ashes, not to live in them, but so their memory produces in you a perpetually grateful heart for your new reality. Gratitude protects you from the trap of pride and keeps you humble and dependent on me. Start and end each day by listing the evidence of your new life. The new heart that loves, the new mind that has peace, the new voice that blesses. Worship is what keeps your eyes on heaven, always recalling who brought you back to life. Worship is the fuel for your wings. It's in worship that you realign with me, that you receive new strength, that you keep in mind your identity and purpose. Your reborn life isn't about effort, but about relationship. It's not about trying to be good, but about staying connected to the good one. Your only task is to cultivate your closeness with me. From this closeness, everything else will come. Wisdom, strength, love, joy. Your new life is also lived with boldness. You didn't survive the fire only to now live a small, fearful life. Rebirth has given you new courage. You've shown courage facing the worst and seeing my hand bring you through. What's left to be afraid of? Use this fresh boldness to dream again, to love again, to take chances again. Your life isn't meant to be kept safe under glass. It's meant to be lived completely for my honor. Don't worry if you sometimes feel weak or if old ways of thinking try to creep back in. Your new beginning isn't a single event. It's an ongoing process. Every morning my compassion is fresh for you. Every morning you can choose to live as the new person you are. And each time you falter, I'll be there, not to judge you, but to lift you up, to brush off your wings and to tell you, you were born to soar. My beloved soul, we've reached the end of our time of insight and the start of your new life. The word has been spoken. The work is complete. Your new beginning is no longer a future promise. It's a present reality. Together, we've seen the refining purpose of the fire that purified you. You've received a new heart, a renewed mind, and the blessing of a new voice. You understand your glorious calling to be my living example of new life to the world. And you've learned to walk in this new existence with gratitude, worship, and boldness. The cocoon of your past has broken open. The wings of your new identity have spread. The time for crawling is over. The time to fly has arrived. My promise to you is this: I will be the wind beneath your wings. I will guide you to rising currents of my grace. I will support you when you grow weary. I will celebrate every flight you take. Your progression as a reborn person is my joy and delight. Your part, my child, is simply to flap your wings. It's to trust the new nature I've put in you. It's to refuse to crawl back to the ground of giving up and feeling sorry for yourself. It's to accept your new reality of freedom and power. Step away from our time together and look to the sky. It is your new home. It is your playground. The clouds are your companions and the sun is my smile upon you. You were not made for the ashes. You were made for the heights. Go now. Fly. If this message connected with you and your circumstances, please type, "My life reflects God's goodness and wisdom," in the comments. Share your experiences below about how this message encouraged you in your own process of new beginnings. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe to the channel for more faith content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.